Breaking news! The Baltimore Ravens are counting down the hours until the draft, and in the meantime, the rumor mill is heating up. Tyreek Hill's name is very strong, and man, in my opinion, the Ravens shouldn't do this. What do you have to do, Ravens fan? Comment below, and take the opportunity to hit the like button if you believe the Baltimore Ravens will make it to the next Super Bowl. Yes, I believe that with all my heart. But let's get to the point right now. Are the Ravens really in the running to trade Tyreek Hill? It's a crazy thought at first, one that almost sounds like Madden fantasy territory, but it's not coming out of nowhere. The Sporting News recently floated Baltimore as one of 4 possible landing spots for the Cheetah, along with the Cowboys, Chargers, and Packers. Now, let's break this down in a way that makes sense to Ravens fans. Right now, the Ravens wide receiver room looks better than it has in years. Zay Flowers is emerging as a dynamic weapon. Rashad Bateman has shown flashes of brilliance even if he hasn't broken the 800-yard mark. And the team just added DeAndre Hopkins, bringing a veteran presence and reliability to the unit. Add in tight end Mark Andrews and running back Derrick Henry, and this offense is already loaded with weapons for Lamar Jackson. But many experts are skeptical that Tyreek Hill could take this unit to a whole new level. We're talking speed, explosion, and proven production. Hill is just a couple seasons removed from back-to-back 1,700-yard years. Even in what some called a down year in 2024, he still put up 81 catches for 959 yards, much of that with inconsistent quarterback play. He's still got it. And if you drop that talent into this offense, it could be lights out for defenses across the league. You'd have Hill stretching the field, Zay Flowers creating mismatches underneath, Hopkins running precise routes, and Mark Andrews and Henry keeping defenses honest. That could be the most dangerous offense the NFL has ever seen. But Ravens GM Eric DeCosta isn't just chasing highlight reels, he's building a team culture. And that's where this gets complicated. The whispers surrounding Hill's behavior have only gotten louder. At the end of the 2024 season, after the Dolphins were eliminated, Hill tweeted what looked like a farewell to Miami. "I'm out, bro," he reportedly said in a post-game moment. Moments later, he tweeted a goodbye to Dolphins fans and thanked them for opening doors for his family. It didn't exactly scream team-first mentality. It didn't stop there. In a crucial Week 17 matchup against the Jets, with a playoff spot still on the line, Jalen Waddle had to ask Hill if he was done for the game. And guess what? Hill didn't go back in. Third quarter, down 12, postseason still on the table, and Tyreek Hill checked out mentally and physically. That's not what you want from a leader. Off the field, it's also a lot. No judgment on his personal life, but Hill, at 30 years old, reportedly had 10 children, including 5 born just in the year 2024. That kind of attention and outside noise comes with the territory when you bring Hill into your locker room. He's not just a wide receiver. He's a media story waiting to happen. Are the Ravens a team that's worked tirelessly to cultivate a winning culture, ready to absorb all that? There's also the financial side. Trading for Hill means taking on his massive salary. In 2025, his cap hit would be $25.85 million. In 2026, it jumps to nearly $35 million. That's not a small gamble, and it's one that includes not only cash but also likely parting with a key asset in the trade. Rashad Bateman's name has been floated as a potential piece Miami might want in return, and while that's understandable from a business perspective, it's a hard pill to swallow. Bateman might be the most underrated receiver in the NFL. He's a legitimate deep threat, and there are plenty of fans who believe he hasn't even scratched the surface of what he can do in Baltimore. And so here's where we are: angel on one shoulder, devil on the other. One side is screaming, "This is the move that takes you to the Super Bowl." The other side is whispering, "Don't blow up the culture you've worked so hard to build." Joey Peterson, the voice behind Ravens Rundown, puts it best. If the Ravens did this, if they pulled the trigger on a Tyreek Hill trade, he'd be absolutely hyped. Because let's be honest, who wouldn't want to see Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews, DeAndre Hopkins, Zay Flowers, and Tyreek Hill on the same field at the same time? That might be the greatest collection of offensive firepower in league history. But the odds? Joey thinks it's a long shot, a very long one, and it's hard to disagree. So now it's your turn. What do you think, Ravens flock? Should the team go all in and make a move for Tyreek Hill? Is it worth the risk for what could be a generational offense? Or would the cost, both in money and team chemistry, be too steep to justify? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Give it to me straight. T for trade, P for pass. And while you're at it, tell me the percentage chance you think this deal actually goes down. Because no matter what happens, one thing's for sure, this is the kind of conversation that makes the offseason just as thrilling as game day. And while we're deep in this hypothetical, let's really talk about what this would cost. cost, and not just in terms of dollars. A trade for Tyreek Hill likely means giving up not only a solid player like Rashad Bateman, but probably some premium draft capital as well. We're talking a first-round pick, maybe more, especially given the Dolphins are not in any sort of desperation mode to move him unless the offer is too good to pass up. Eric DeCosta is no stranger to aggressive moves when the moment is right, but this one would take some serious internal debate. Let's not forget, this is a front office that has been methodical in how it builds its roster. They made the big splash for Roquan Smith. They just landed Derrick Henry in free agency, and they extended John Harbaugh with full confidence in the culture and locker room they've built. Tyreek Hill's talent is undeniable, but he's not just another cog in the machine. He's the kind of presence that redefines the entire ecosystem of a team. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for Baltimore? Depends on how stable you think this locker room really is. Then there's the Lamar Jackson factor. Could adding Hill push Jackson to another MVP caliber year? Maybe. Hill's speed opens up every level of the field, and few quarterbacks in the league can throw a better deep ball on the run than Lamar. The chemistry between them could be electric, especially when you factor in how defensive coordinators would scramble to account for that many weapons at once. Stack the box against Derrick Henry. Hill's over the top. Double Hill. There goes Zay Flowers underneath. Leave the middle open. Good luck stopping Mark Andrews. But again, does that potential upside outweigh the potential pitfalls? Tyreek Hill has already shown flashes that he might want out of Miami. His cryptic tweets, peace sign emojis, and that smiley face quote tweet when asked about being traded say a lot without saying much. It's the kind of social media activity that leaves front offices across the league scratching their heads. Is this a guy who just wants attention? Or is he genuinely unhappy and trying to make a quiet exit? Either way, it's a lot of noise. And that's where Ravens fans are split. You've got one half of the fan base screaming for the team to make a bold, franchise-altering move. The kind of splash that sends a message to the rest of the AFC. We're not here to just make the playoffs. We're here to win it all. But the other half? They're cautious. They see the potential for distraction, disruption, and maybe even regression if things don't click right away. Chemistry matters. And while talent can win games, culture often wins championships. We've seen it before. Teams overloaded with superstar talent implode under the weight of their own expectations. That's not what the Ravens have been about under Harbaugh and DeCosta. They've built from the ground up, drafted smart, signed tough, high-character guys. Does Hill fit that mold? It's a valid question, and it's one the Ravens brass would have to wrestle with. Still, the idea is intoxicating. Tyreek Hill in purple and black. M&T Bank Stadium rocking every Sunday with the fastest player in the NFL catching bombs from Lamar. Defenses exhausted, coordinators frustrated, and fans on their feet every play. It would be must-see TV. Every game, a highlight reel. Every drive, a potential touchdown. I want to hear from the flock. Drop your takes in the comments. What would you give up to get Tyreek Hill? Would you trade Bateman and a first-rounder? Would you take on that massive contract? Or is this just one of those off-season rumors that gets everyone worked up with nothing real behind it? Scale it for me, 1 to 100. What are the chances that the Ravens actually make this move? Because even if this deal never materializes, one thing is clear. The Ravens are right on the edge of something special. And whether it's Tyreek Hill or someone else, it's moves like these, real or imagined, that show just how close Baltimore is to taking that final step. Let me know what you think. Is this the missing piece? Or the kind of risk that derails a Super Bowl run? Can't wait to read your thoughts, Ravens Nation.